The ultimate used car buying guide right now, right here. Let's go. It took me like 10 takes to get that intro right, so hopefully you liked it. Let's start this video off with some benefits of buying a used car. The second you leave the dealership in a new car, you're losing 20% of your value instantly. As time goes on, you're going to lose upwards of 60% of the car's value. You buy a used car, you're avoiding all that nonsense. Another benefit for you, since used cars are obviously cheaper than newer cars, you have a wider selection to choose from. You might be thinking though, Rudy, I need a new car warranty. Warranty is important to me, and I understand that. Some certified used cars have better warranties than the new cars. Insurance will be cheaper on a new car. Your registration will be cheaper on a new car. And it is 10 times easier to negotiate at a dealership on a used car. Which leads me to part 1 in this video, how to negotiate a used car. Negotiating on a used car has never been easier. The tips I'm going to share with you guys today are guaranteed. There's no doubt in my mind. You're going to save tons and tons of cash. First and foremost, before I get into the juicy tips, the first thing you absolutely need to do if you're looking to buy a used car is to do your research on the car you're looking to buy. Basically, what I'm saying is know the car, know what color you want, know what trim level you want, know the mileage range you're comfortable with, know everything about the car you're looking to buy before you step into the dealership. Now that you know that, tip number 1 is to know the market value on the car you're looking to buy. You can use kellybluebook.com. It's a fantastic website, not sponsored or anything, but they will tell you a good average of the price of that vehicle. It's never really a good idea to throw out random numbers when you're negotiating. You don't want to say, I want 5 grand off, 10 grand off, because the first thing the dealership's going to ask you is, where did you get that number from? And if you're like, it's not going to go too well for you. Like I said, a better idea is to get an average market value on that car, see what other places are charging for that car, and think of a reasonable discount off of that number. Now, tip number 3 is very important and it's very crucial. If you are negotiating on a used car and you want the dealership to give you the biggest discount possible, you have to be ready to buy that moment. Really, you can't really expect the biggest discount possible if you're not ready to leave in the car today. You have to give the dealership some motivation to go above and beyond. Tip number 4 ends up getting confused all the time. A lot of people think if you pay cash for a vehicle, you're going to get the cash price. In the year 2025, guys, dealerships would rather you finance the vehicle rather than paying cash. Dealership makes a little bit more money when you finance a vehicle, so be open to financing if you really want a huge discount. Tip number 5, you absolutely, positively need to see the out-the-door price when you're negotiating. If your strategy of negotiating is just talking strictly about the payments, it's not going to go too well. If you're not familiar what out-the-door price really means, it's the whole entire loan that you be financing. The taxes, the doc fee, maybe the accessories, the price of the car, everything all together is the out-the-door price. That is really what you should be negotiating when you're negotiating. Tip number 6 goes unnoticed. Nobody seems to do this very important, crucial tip of car negotiating. I highly recommend that you are respectful and nice to the car dealership. You might be thinking, car dealerships do me dirty, you guys are bad, you're trying to out to get me, which some dealerships, sure. Most, not really. If you walk into a dealership and you're nice, you're respectful, you're patient and kind, and is overall a likable person, I can almost guarantee your odds of getting a huge discount just went up. Tip number 7, the last and final tip of this segment, a little bit of an obvious one, but it's still worth saying. Going to a car dealership at the end of the month might incentivize you to get a little bit more, just a little bit more of a real nice discount. In this next segment, we're talking about where can you go to find a good quality used car. You really only have 3 options: a car dealership that can sell new and used cars, a used only dealership where they can only sell used cars, and then you have like Facebook Marketplace, like private party selling cars, that type of stuff. Now, from my experience and my personal opinion, I've been in this car industry for a long time. If you're looking for a used car, a quality used car, you're better off going to a car dealership that can sell used and new cars. And let me tell you why. If you go to a used only dealership, someone would call a mom and pop shop, you're not going to get a certified used car. You go to, let's say, a BMW dealership that sells new BMWs, you could easily get a certified pre-owned BMW. Am I making sense? Now, certified pre-owned aside for a second, you're way more likely to get a quality used car at a new car dealership rather than the mom and pop shop. You're wondering why? At a new car dealership, they have to put every used car through a hefty safety inspection. Rather, a mom and pop shop might not do that. They might buy a car from an auction, throw some tires on it, change the oil, and put it on the lot. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some great used car dealerships out there that only sell used cars, and some of them do put their cars through safety inspections, and some of them are very reputable. If you were to ask me point blank, where is the best place to buy a used car, I would say go to a new car dealership. And Facebook Marketplace, third party selling cars, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into when you buy one of them. Buying a used car is very different from buying a new car. There's pros and cons to both, but there's some precautions you have to take when buying a used car. I highly recommend you set aside between $1,500 and $2,500. Set that aside. When you buy a used car, you never know what's going to go down within a couple months. You really don't know. You could buy a great quality used car, or you might end up buying somebody else's problem. So set aside at least $1,500 to have money for the repairs that might come your way. It's very important to remember, cars are just machines. Whether you buy a new car, a used car, a car with low miles, a car with high miles, cars are just machines, guys. Sometimes they end up breaking even if they're in perfect condition. So that's my overall tip number one. Set aside some cash, emergency fund for your used car. Next tip I'm going to give you is extremely obvious, but a lot of people don't do this when they buy a used car. Test drive the used car thoroughly. When you test drive a new car, 20 minutes around the block, no big deal. It's a brand new car, right? When you test drive a used car, at least a 30-minute to 45-minute test drive where you go on the highway, you go on bumpy roads, back roads, you do a thorough test drive of that used car. That is a non-negotiable. So far, we have set aside some cash, test drive the car. Overall tip number 3 is check the VIN number, run it through the Carfax, get a solid report on the car you're looking to buy. Any accidents? Was it serviced correctly? Were the oil changes on time? Did the person that had that car previously take care of it? That is a big question you absolutely need to know. Even if you have to spend some money to get a Carfax or an auto check on the car, it's absolutely worth it. And just doing that simple thing can end up saving you thousands and thousands of dollars. Do a Carfax, do an auto check. You need to see if the car's been in an accident, if it's a little one, it's a big one. Did the person do their oil changes on time? Guys, please do that. Please. I also wrote down some really important things you should definitely do prior to buying a used car. So let's go through it. First off, check the exterior of the car. Look for mismatched paint and rust and dents. Check the interior of the car. Smells, stains, seat condition, electronics. That's a big one. Electronics. Look under the hood. Leaks, corrosion, and belt wear. And then last, check the tires, even the tread, tire age. If they're good tires, bad tires, you need to check the tires. Almost forgot to put my glove on. I need this puppy. Let's go. To conclude, the ultimate used car buying guide, I wrote down all the key points kind of just to digest everything we talked about in today's video. Starting off, buying a used car will save you 60% over time. This is just a fact. Buying a used car and not the new car will save you tons of money over time because you're not buying all that value up front. You're buying a car that has lost value, but you're buying at a good price. Stop. Negotiating a used car has never been easier. This is also true. Negotiating on a used car rather than a new car is night and day. There's no margins really in new cars anymore, but used cars, you can get a huge discount. Next up, if you're going to buy a used car, going to a new car dealership is probably the best route rather than the mom and pop shops or third party buying. Go to a new car dealership for a used car. Last and not least, always run the VIN number of the used car through something like Carfax or AutoCheck. You need to know where that car came from and if the oil changes were on point. Guys, that's all I got for today. If you liked the video, give me a huge thumbs up, subscribe, and comment for the algorithm. Give me some tips. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me if you liked the video, any other video ideas. I'd really appreciate it. Rudy out.